Hello, it's Slay the Princess Part 9. Last time, the princess turned into knives. What does that mean? Well, if you want to know, you have to go see it. Maybe before, maybe after this one, you choose. Before it'd be preferable if you watch the first one first and then watch the rest in order. Preferably all of them, because, you know, it would benefit me greatly. But, continue.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, this time I'm dedicated to murdering that princess. Yes, let's go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I will.
Warning, before you go, she will lie.
Blah, blah, blah.
Go through.
Blah, blah,
Ignore
blah.
him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Blah, blah, blah. Cabin.
The interior of the cabin is all
Blah, blah,
blade as your
blah.
implement.
Blah, blah, blah. Stabbing time.
You take the blade from the table.
I need to trick the princess into being stabbed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Me.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge.
It's
down
me. Five Nights at Freddy's reference.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the
True.
manipulation.
Hey.
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I will.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Good.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Yeah.
Focus
sure.
on the task at hand.
I am.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
Well, ting tang, blah, bing bang. Why did I do it?
Don't you dare.
I can't drop it, then I wouldn't be able to kill her.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Well... Tighten.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You look sad. Good, because you're going to die, and you know it.
You poor thing.
Oh.
Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
No, I don't. Well, should be scared, but...
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Steel? That's giving me PTSD to the last one.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Wait, sneak attack hasn't really worked. Stab?
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not quite sure about that, but... Not dropping it. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills
You
us?
go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Well... I'm not gonna die.
Hesitating.
No death.
Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Not dropping it.
Then I'm not talking to you.
That's mean. Impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Don't know what that means, but sure.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
Funny.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
No. Harder.
You squint even harder.
If I defeat her, she'll have to slay herself in shame.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever.
I think.
Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
So maybe this analogy about having problems when actually talking about them, maybe, who knows? Who knows? Oh, she won't expect it now. Huzzah!
You charge the
Oh,
princess, blade
missed.
trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
What do you mean by that? I seem fine.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Ouch.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
Yeah.
But she doesn't
Maybe.
stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes
Ouch.
feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing
Pickaxe?
bones, making sure you stay down.
Oh, my bones.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes
Don't
you
look at me like
with
that.
an intense curiosity.
Ow.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Yeah, I shouldn't have hesitated. Maybe. Yeah.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Broken? That seems familiar.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
If anyone watching this is hard, good for you.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
No, I strongly disagree.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Not sure about that. The tower?
You're on a path
Is there two of them?
in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she was very strong. She's gonna kill me.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
She was very strong, though. So, have you seen how strong she was? She won 15 heavyweight championships. In what? Good question. Just 15 heavyweight championships, which I don't know what that means, so it's probably strong.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
New voice?
You know I can
No.
hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows?
Yep, he's
There's
back.
nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Hmm.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Yeah, let's just stab her. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and it happened. Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you
I
moving.
think I took that one before. I'm not seeing it again.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well, mostly.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
Yeah, that was pretty painful.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
Yeah, she didn't point. I was gonna say something cool, but no.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
That's sexist.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, yeah, they did.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences.
Blah, blah, I
Yes,
remember.
but in this purely hypothetical scenario,
Back here,
that begs the question,
time,
if it's
world,
the latter,
died
do you think the
by-
people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that if she
Bygone
ended
world.
the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Sounds like you're into it.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
It's pretty hard to kill her, though. Let's talk about this, princess.
Just be quick about it.
Just have a battle plan. Can you make me a gun? How can I make sure she doesn't kill me again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay. She beat me to death. I quote you from last time. She's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Yeah, you're totally into it.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Pessimism, more like pessimism.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're not voice of the realistic, are you?
You're being annoying.
He's not the voice of the annoying, is he?
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her.
That sounds
Cannot
weird.
stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
The times I did, though, it seemed almost similarly did was pretty cool. You're being cagey, weren't you telling
I
me?
told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Think you have a plan and you're a little too complicated with your plan and not telling me is part of that plan. So,
The less you know about her, the better.
maybe. Okay.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
And it will be.
A warning. She will lie.
I know.
lying, Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time.
Yeah.
She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Wiener. Cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah, you don't. Go back into your corner. Thingy. Thingoid. Yeah, Thingoid is a threat. Wait, no, threat?
The interior of the cabin is
That's
larger
big.
and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
She's a giant this time. That's good for me, surely.
The blade is your implement.
Sarcasm.
You'll need it. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Well, that would seem to be true. Cabin's different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Yeah, let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
True. Mirror. Let's talk about
That's
the mirror.
because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar.
Blah, blah.
There's definitely a mirror.
Yes.
There isn't.
Yes.
Who cares
What?
if there's a mirror?
Oh, you got me.
We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things
Weak.
worse.
Weak. Coward. Weak.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future.
This is some scary music.
Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
Music a little. Why not?
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
True. Maybe. Silent.
I care about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else could he be hiding from us?
I didn't actually look at the other options even.
I'm not lying to you. I promise there isn't a mirror. Really.
Yeah, probably isn't. Mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't
Blah blah. Oh, you tricked me
Reach forward
again.
and rub
Oh.
your hand
Oh, you
against
got
the
me.
cabin
Oh.
wall. I
Oh.
hope you know how ridiculous you
Oh.
look right now.
Oh. Oh.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Well, I see everything and everything's cool. Except for the atrocities, which I didn't commit. Heavy door. Ooh.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
That's not good for me.
This is actually kind of nice.
Of course you'd liked it.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You really like saying that.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Hey.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh, I'll witness you all right.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Weird.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Yeah,
It doesn't
weird.
matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort.
Ooh.
Every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
Edge?
But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Sounds cool. Let me see it.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
You said figure with a kind of a hard R. Did I say figure with a hard? No, I didn't. That's a large. That's a lot of princess right there.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Bird, don't like. Bird's an interesting animal, considering the narrator is a bird.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Well, if I throw it really good and hit your weak spot, I will win.
Drop it.
No. Tighten.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Oh,
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
that's not
But we
good.
didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
That's not good.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
You better not. A narrator. How are we supposed to kill her? Seems like she's a little. Just a little omnipotent, little. Not at all omnipotent, because that wouldn't make sense. Being slightly omnipotent means you're completely omnipotent. It's like half of infinite is still infinite, but,
Kneel.
You're gonna make me do that. No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
I don't like being told to do like this. Angry.
That's my good little
Angry.
bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Don't call me that. I'm gonna anime reference here, you.
The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Well, die.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death?
Die.
Speak.
Okay.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence
Rawr.
to our conversation
Angry.
in the woods. Still, whatever you do,
Grr.
don't tell her why you're here.
Angry.
It's best
Grr.
not to give her any ideas.
Probably has a good idea, but no.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
You're not better than me. I am cool.
Pick up that needle.
What are you doing?
It's what she wants.
No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Mind control. I hate mind control. No. Well, that's not good.
Reach forward and grasp the blade.
Rawr! Rawr! I'm angry.
Stand.
Angry. Oh.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
You're weak. I hate you.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Yeah, probably.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
You better not tell me to stab myself.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
I'm cooler than you. I'm cooler. I disagree.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
I didn't tell you not to tell me to slit my throat. I told you not to make me stab myself, but no.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
I'll try. I noticed that there's one option. And that, usually the last couple of times there was one option. She was making me do it. I feel like ending this is a little, a little bit of there, a little, or a little, or a little,
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
I want to. Resist? Oh. Slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Time to die.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson.
I'm smart. I know everything. You don't need to teach me.
Plunge that knife into your lungs.
Is that better? Probably worse.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, that hurts. What a pain this time.
Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
No, I don't like thinking about that.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
How about no?
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to.
I don't. We can keep going.
That's what she wants.
No.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you.
True.
I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your
Ooh,
wrist,
cool.
struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of
that's not
skin
good.
that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite
Bite
the
it.
pain, you manage to keep
Bite.
yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Good.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god.
I'm better. I'm cooler.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Sunglasses.
It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Slay the princess, killing.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
Well, it did sound pretty cool. I won't argue with that, but, no.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the
Yeah, a lot of
repeated
blood.
gouges
Yeah.
of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
If I stab you once, maybe you'll, light will come out of that small scratch and then you'll explode.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
Yeah.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You don't like free will, do you?
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Well, if she's God, she could have just levitated slightly higher and then I wouldn't be able to reach her.
Stop.
Oh.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
That's at least a couple drops of blood there.
The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Now's our chance.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
True.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm not a pet. Do I have dog ears? No, I do not.
Well,
You
that's
will when I'm
demeaning,
done with
isn't
you.
it?
Yeah, demeaning.
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
I will jump into your eye, stab it, then it will do a little loop, like go around, stab your other eye, then do a little slide, like a slip and slide down your throat, and then more like a slip and slide when the blood comes out, and I slide down, stab you here, stab both nipples, cut off your hand, cut off both of your legs, then pull up my gun and then shoot at you.
It's a
Shoot
Take
you.
it.
No.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
Yeah.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I will. Slay.
No. Yes. Though your
I'm
body
gonna do it.
trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react.
Time to die.
The wind
Push
of your
Link.
freedom rushes through you, and you
Achilles.
channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
You know what they say? The harder. Wait. The harder. The harder they are, the harder they. The harder they are, the bigger they fall.
But you don't give her any time to recover.
I did.
Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
Ooh, that was funny. Dead time.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs. Crude emotion
That's not
breaking
good.
through her once stony composure as your blade hits her flesh.
Maybe she heard my joke. Not quite a joke because I didn't make it intentionally, but. Ooh. Ah.
We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
I will not.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You.
Why did you let that in?
You worm, you defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
The consequences will be your death.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet.
Ew. Not again, ouch.
There's an unsettling
Uh-oh.
wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
Oh no.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there,
Ouchie.
broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you.
Pancake.
But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds
I have
as well.
become pancake.
She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
Pancake.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
Pancake, I stabbed you at least a couple times. I stabbed you. I think I stabbed you. I think at least a couple times.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
Stabbing. I stabbed you.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
Yeah, I do, but I feel more like a pancake.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Yeah, of course you do, loser.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
I feel like a pancake.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
Technically, I'm better because you had an advantage, so, I win. Narcissism wins this.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
No.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something.
Pancakes.
I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're welcome, but, I don't think it's the end. The furry?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's weird. That's a lot of weeping. Well, anyway, this is, ooh. Looks what I just got finished doing. To all of those children. Ooh. Nostalgia. Well, anyway, if you don't want to end up like this, make sure to like and subscribe. I only say it as a threat. Do it as I say or perish. You want me to turn you into a pancake that... Shut up! Anyway, like and subscribe, or die. Anyway, you know what must be done, or your punishment will arrive swiftly. Okay, I'm gonna leave because that guy, guys, annoys me. Bye-bye! Or see you soon.